Welcome to eSeniors at SUZUKA. It's the Porsche Cup today. We did last Friday. I couldn't broadcast, but this time I can. Exciting to see everyone joining the stream here. So SUZUKA in Japan, right? So it's a really unique track because he has this figure 8 feature. And when I was a little kid and had my Scalextric track, I thought that all race tracks was like that. But there are only 2 FIA tracks or that are verified for this. Or it's this one and then Fiorano circuit. And this track is, how long is it now? It is 5.8 kilometer. So that's 3.6 miles. And located in Suzuka City, which is the Mie prefecture in Japan. Has 18 turns. So let's look at the standings today. Derek was victorious again. So as you see, he has won all the races except for 2. So let's see what he can do here at Suzuka. Chris Bourne, unfortunately, is on the injured list. We have Thomas Regner in 3rd. So he had a P5 last time. Jeremy Robas had P6 and Aaron Shannon P3. Last race, P2 was Mirsch. So I hope we see something good from him today. Also, last race we had a new driver with us, which is awesome. His name is, and I think we see him still here. Yeah, Miller. So we're going to keep an eye out for him. Marcus Miller. So he did a P8 last race. So we're going to have, right now we have 11 drivers. If I move my little window here. You're probably going to hear a little Timmy bark. And I have a little graphic for him that you're probably familiar with. You're going to see during the game stream if he's making noise. So Timmy is kind of become the mascot here, I think, of of the eSeniors racing. All right, if you're on the stream, let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. Maybe I put on some music for a little bit here. While we're warming up. I want to thank our sponsors, Syndeo, Sim3D, as well as the new one, Castle and Cauldron. Really appreciate that. They make it happen. Also, Pitwall Live, I put the link on the chat where you can see a little bit more detailed timing. Also on the link in the chat, there is a link to the eSeniors World Championship. If you are new to this event, we're a group of avid sim racers on PC with ACC. And we're doing races during the week, as well as during, we have a couple of championships. We have the GT4, we have Porsche Cup, and then we have regular GT3. Hey, Steven's family, thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. So a couple of championships, but if you join, you're going to get age verified, and you can join the championships. And during the weeks, we have just the regular fundraisers. You don't have to be in the championship for that. So connect with us on Facebook or Discord. And we'll get you in here. We have new drivers that join all the time, which is awesome. Okay, let's get over to the stream. It's not in instant replay. There we go. So cars rolling. There is Marcus Miller, the new guy. It's good to see. So we have all the contestants counted for here. Obviously Derek Bird gonna be the big one to beat. So he has really run off with the championship. So we have only 2 races left. After this, it's gonna be Bathurst, and then we're ending up the season our 12. Paul Ricard. But I think we can probably, maybe there's going to be a little battle about P2. It's all about probably Thomas to try to get as much point as possible to reach Chris Bourne. Because Chris Bourne is not racing, so it means he just need to pick up enough points to actually get ahead of Chris. So Chris has 436 points and Thomas has 411. Jeremy has 394, so he could challenge Thomas depending on what happens here. So yeah, we'll see how this race will unfold. I really like this track. It's one of my favorites. Just it's a challenging track, but it has a lot of different features in it, which I like. Those S curves in the beginning, kind of reminiscent of those S's at the Circuit of the Americas, and obviously the Silverstone, Maggots and Beckett's as well. Alright, we have Derek out on track. They take a little bit before they start to punch in some times. And tomorrow we have the Group 1 and Group 2 splits, starting with Group 2 at 11:30 Central US, and 1:30 we do the Group 1 split. So they're going to be broadcasters as well. I'm going to broadcast Group 2, and I get in the cockpit to drive Group 1. Wait for them to come around, and we'll follow along here in one of the cars and look at the racing in a little bit more detail. There's Derek coming through the spoon curve. This is a challenge because you really need to stay tight on that turn in order to maximize the speed out. So here is Derek. Let's get into his car, into the cockpit, and view him. See if he got his tires up to temp, so he can do an attempt of a good lap. And he clocks the 2:05.4. So let's see here. That's the braking point right there. There's like a little side road on the left, and then you can just try to maximum momentum. And there's much less, you stay on the gas for a little bit and then you coast. And you want to get on the curbs, you have to turn. And here you just want to be patient, coming around, get on the throttle, and you do the left. Coming up here where you get some traffic. Oh, there it goes off. Unfortunate. Let's follow Bonoff, that's now after Derek. Oh, he's gonna get compromised there. Oh, Derek is off, but Bonoff was able to handle that. So here we come in under the bridge as we turn around and start to do left turns instead. Hard braking here as the curb stops on the left. Just want to swing around this. That was a really, really good turn coming around here. Coming into spoon. You want double apex. Here you want to get in on the apex. Yeah. Oh, he's oversteering. It's really easy to oversteer on this one. So that spoiled his lap, obviously, but we follow along with him anyway. Through this chicane, which is also difficult. He's going pretty liberal over there. So that's kind of a lap of Suzuka, a little bit rough. Right now Chris Bourne has the best time. He's at the 2:04.2. Miller is up on his time. Let's see what he can do. Marcus Miller just about to finish his lap. He's up 0.2, but he didn't have a good lap last one, 2:08.1. So he really needs to try again. This won't really get him up, I believe. Anything now? Let's see where Chris Bourne was the last race. Okay, Chris Bourne. Oh, I'm sorry. Chris Bourne is actually racing. Oh, wow. Okay. That made me excited. I missed that completely. So, yeah, hopefully it's going to be a big battle here between Chris Bourne and Derek Bird. That's awesome to see. Super happy to see that. Okay, so Bird is on it again, so he's really up. He's up a second now. See if he can maintain that. Here he comes through. Spoon. Yeah, he's up 1.1, so he has right now, well, he lost a little bit. He's 1.2 behind Chris. So he really needs to pick up 2/10. I have provisional pull. If he can do that through these chicanes. Yeah, that has to do with his classification in ACC. That grade over situation. I don't really know what's doing that in ACC, how that's determined. Maybe that has to do with track medals or how much you've been driving. I don't know. So that's what that is about. It's a little bit less experience. All right, Derek Bird, P2. He's just now 900ths between Chris Bourne. So as I predicted, it's going to be very close between these guys. They're so incredibly close. It's unbelievable. And then Pornoff in P3, I think he's going to be a contender too, but he's 1.4 after the leader here, Chris. So he really needs to pick it up. And we have Shannon. Shannon is up a little bit. But not enough really to, he has another 4, well, I mean right now he's doing really good time. So he is certainly challenging Pornoff right now on the time, although Pornoff is also getting up on time. I love that color. Look at that thing. Alright, coming through Spoon. Lost time. Oh, yeah, that doesn't help. He went up on the curb and out on the grass. He lost all the time. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Chris Bourne, provisional pole, just sitting 900ths between before Derek. Oh, looks like he went wide there, Shannon, did he? It doesn't look like he disqualified his lap, so So he's up 0.4. That could put him in P3. That's a valid lap. Let's see. No, he's still in P4. Warnoff looking to improve his time. Just a little bit, not enough. He's 1.4 after Chris. So there's a big delta here between first two and the P3. I think there's going to be a runaway for these two guys, Chris and Derek, as they start to drive the race. For some reason my wireless headset has stopped working. The little volume dial I have is not working. Irritating. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have? Thomas. Thomas, who is running P3 in the championship, he's now sitting in P8. He's not doing good at all this track. This track is not for him. Can we look at Howard? It's up almost 0.5. But he is far behind Shannon, so that will not really do anything for him. So we are approaching 2 minutes left of qualifying, so this will I think the top three will stay as it is, unless now Derek is kind of finding a little pace here, coming through the S's. But also Chris Bourne is finding pace. So this is Derek's chance. It looks like Chris now lost a little bit of time. Warnoff is up on his time, but he's still a second behind the two leaders here, the top two positions. Yeah, Derek is down on time, so I don't think he's going to be able to improve at all, unless he just comes around and able to start the new lap. Let Mr. Miller for a little bit, Marcus. Or Crockbait Racing. His best time so far is 2:07.7, so that's quite a bit behind the top. Yeah, Chris Bourne is able to start the new lap, and so is Derek, I believe. He had 26 seconds to get over the line. Let's follow along with him, see if he's actually able to get around for a second lap. Yeah, just about. So he's starting his new lap there, I believe. Yes. So he needs to take, if he just gets 1/10 up, which he is up almost 2/10 now. And Chris is behind, so if he keeps the pace here, he can actually take provisional pole. Or the actual pole, because he... Derek is... I think Derek's in the pits. Yeah. Alright, so right now Derek is... Chris Bourne was in the pits, so Derek is now chasing to see if he can snag the pole position. Gonna be very close. He's ahead right now. But there's so many different features of this track where you can lose time. Right, so he's coming through the hairpin. Good pace, this is enough. Hey, Roberto Bando, welcome. Looking at Derek Bird here, is pushing hard to try to snag the pole position from Chris Bourne. I'm glad to see Chris Bourne back because he's been out the last 2 races. And he seems to have come back in form because he has the best time, 2:04.2. Excuse me. But Derek is just under the time he needs. He needs to pick up. Oh, there we go. He's picking up time there in that turn. Lost it again. Oh, maybe he can do something here. He can get through chicane. Yeah, he got some time. Yeah, he's gonna take pole if he keeps this. Yeah, here we go. Derek snagged pole. Just at the end of it. So that was really cool. Good job there by Derek. And then we have Chris and Pornoff, Shannon, Howard, Aerobus, Langlois, Rainier, Miller, Torrance, and Bikavak. So let's do a track walk. So here's the animation of SUZUKA. And here's the start. We're coming into this very fast section of the track and going through the S's. Have to be patient, coming through Dunlop. And here's this kind of awkward little Degner bend coming in as we turn and start to do left hands. That's the hairpin. And just try to stay and keep the momentum as we come through the spoon curve, and then just hopefully we're gonna see some great side-by-side drag racing here in the last sector, coming into the 110 130R into the Casio triangle, and we have completed the lap at SUZUKA. So we're just waiting for the race to start. So I'm gonna put on a little pause screen. Okay, let's look at the lineup here. So here we had Derek Bird. Next to him, Chris Bourne. So Derek just took on his last lap. He took the pole. Then we have Pornoff, Shannon, Howard, Robus, and Langlois, Rainier, and Miller, Torrance, and Joe Bikavak is rounding up the grid of 11 cars. Today's PORSCHE Cup at SUZUKA. See the cars rolling. We have a 40-minute race. There is no pit stop. So we just full on racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Haven't done that. And yeah, my name is Christer. I don't think I introduced myself, but yeah, I'm the commentator. And if my dog Timmy starts to bark, Timmy! I'm gonna put that little graphic up so you know what's going on, and I'm probably gonna mute. He's super loud. Should be a clean start, not that many cars on track. Cold tires coming into the first turn there, it's almost a challenge. But these guys are, yeah, they're careful. I see that, I don't know why the leaderboard looks like that. Let's see if I can fix that. Here we go. Here's the start. Derek got a good start. Oh, we have a little bounce there. It looks like, I think that was Pornoff. Pornoff got a little door-to-door there with Shannon. Unfortunate. Otherwise, everyone is staying clean. Pornoff have to race up through the grid now. Eric Bird up in front, 0.6 already in front of Chris Bourne. Oh, I see Shannon came hard through there, so he was sliding. So now Howard had the opportunity to take him on the inside here as we come into the hairpin, but he didn't capitalize on that. Oh, Shannon has really problems. He's driving really hard, so I think he's driving a little bit too hard now because he doesn't have his tires up where they need to be. Keep an eye on him. So that's that gave a little bit of a gap to Bourne, 2.6 ahead. Bourne is good pace on Howard here, challenging Shannon on the inside. Oh, that looks very, very close. He's pulling back. Wise move. It's 40-minute race, so he has time here to do something if he needs to. So as he was pulling back, now Jeremy got a little bit of contact. And then behind there is Thomas. Oh, Eric goes off. What happened here? Let's see. It looks like it was self-inflicted. Going up on curb a little bit, gets unstable. And I just oversteer and oh, side, rear quarter, and then the front. Ouch. That wasn't good. Chris Bourne is catching Derek. Now he's only 0.7. Look at Miller. Here's a little cluster of cars where Mr. Pornoff was going off in the beginning. I'll try to catch up. Has Torrance in front of him and then Miller. Okay, Pornoff passed Torrance. Let's see. I was looking at my data screen, so I kind of missed that. Oh, okay, he's going out. Going wide, gets tangled on the curb, so that gave Pornoff the opportunity. in real time. Ponov is really going here, and Miller didn't have any problems at all. Miller might have decided just to kind of yield because he probably knows that Ponov is the faster driver. And now Ponov is coming up on Joe. Ponov has a really good pace coming through. And now he's going a little bit wide. Tries to get ahead of Joe in the... Oh, that was a little bit little hard coming through, but he made it. And we have a little fight between Torrance and Miller. Hey, Philip. All right, Miller took Torrance. Good move. Getting into the sun, a hazy sun situation. Oh, Jeremy Arobas went off. What happened? Oh, oversteer. Oh, straight into the wall. That hurt. So there is no pit stop. Doing a safe return on track, so it's good to see. Torrance and Miller has a fight. Ponov is now up in P6. He's been climbing through. Gained another position when Jeremy went off. Yeah, Bird and Born show. Hey Dimitri, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm super excited to see Born actually racing today. I thought he was kind of long-term disability. Oh, here's Torrance and Miller. Oh, Miller goes wide. Managed to come back on track, but he lost positions. Oh, Born is really up challenging now. Yeah, Derek, he snagged P1 just on the very last lap that he had on qualifying. He did a great run. Let's get in the cockpit. Such a great sector of this track. And I just coast and get on the throttle and coast. Just have to time it right and be patient. These two right-handers then coming in under the overpass. Got to do left-hand turns again. Like I mentioned in the opening, there's only two FIA tracks that FIA Type 1 tracks that looks like this. It's this one, and then there's another one, I think it's in Italy. A little scrubbing the tires a little bit. Lost a little time there. Chris has the fastest time, 2:04.4. You do get extra points for the fastest lap. But Chris is way behind in points in the championship, so I don't think anyone can challenge Derek for the championship. But oversteer. 2 races left in the championship. 12 races altogether in the championship. We're probably going to have a little shorter championship next time around. I think it's going to be more like 8 races or something like that. And the two tracks that we have left is Bathurst and Paul Ricard. So the closest battle right now. All the other cars are starting to spread out a bit. Kornoff is coming up on Thomas, so that's certainly going to be challenge for. I think as we come to the end of this race, we're probably going to see some tire issues. It'll be interesting to see. There's Kornoff catching up on Thomas. Getting a great exit there. Oh, he's taking the inside. Great move. Can look at that again. The inside. Great move. Beautiful. Thomas didn't put up too much of a fight there. So now Howard or Kornoff, next opponent is Howard. 7 seconds ahead, so that's going to take a little bit. I'm sure he's going to reach him. He's lapping about the same time last on Howard, but we'll see. In the meantime, Derek is certainly putting a little bit more time between him and Chris, so this is about the second right now. New driver Miller drives in P9 right now. His last time was 2:08.3, that's his best time. He's done on track so far. And as usual, we're gonna have an interview after this race. So we have 28 minutes of the race. Right now, it looks like pretty much stable around here. There's no one really coming up to challenge yet. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Now we're looking at Chris and Derek. Gonna look at keep an eye on Kornoff there, because I think he's probably gonna catch Howard. And now he's 8 seconds behind. Spawn have the fastest lap, so they're lapping very, very close to each other, almost exactly the same time. 2:04.435 on Derek last lap, and 2:04.432. So only 3 thousandths between them two. And Chris just took the fastest lap again. Torrance went off. What happened? The replay. Oh, he went in too hard there, and going through the runoff. Howard is catching Shannon in his pink Porsche. Yeah, Howard really got some pace. I think Shannon also had a little issue because he's 2 seconds slower than Howard. So I've seen it from the beginning here that Shannon seems to have some sort of issue with his traction. Coming through there, all right. Oh yeah, he's got a little fishtail going there. That's unfortunate. Looks like Chris Bourne is starting to catch up a little bit. Onoff making up time on Howard. So Shannon sits in P3 today, right now, and last race he was P3 as well. He's been improving his performance. He's been doing like a P7, P9. Oh, Chris went very wide. Wow. That will really put a dent in his plans for the day. So he lost a lot of time there. We have 24 minutes left. Oh, is he going wide again? No. So now he really needs to put his nose down. Keeping an eye on Pornoff because he's actually catching Howard. Howard is now catching Shannon. Yeah, here we see again. I mean, he has problems with his traction, Shannon. Let's get in the cockpit. Oh, Shannon goes wide. So now we have Howard in P3. Shannon tries to catch up. Yeah, like I said, there's something with his traction. Runs on the inside, thinking that maybe that's not the best place to do that. You can see Pornoff in the back as well. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Oh, oversteer there on Shannon. He really has problems with his traction. It's amazing. So Pornoff is certainly coming for him. Only 3 seconds behind now, so he's been making up time like crazy. Good battle here. He's trying to keep up. Oh, look at him sliding. Oh, he goes off. And here comes Pornoff. Yeah, Pornoff is coming for P3. I know it. Pornoff is coming for Howard. And Chris must be frustrated. An unforced error. And Derek is very comfortable up front. He hasn't clocked the fastest lap, but his best is 3/10 from or 3/1000 from the best lap. So I think he has the pace. He did a 2:05.3. Chris just did a 2:05.3 as well, but he's a little bit less than 5 seconds behind him. So he really needs to pick it up now as we closing in to 20 minutes left of the race. Kornoff is a little bit less than 3 seconds to Howard. Take the opportunity to thank our sponsors, Syndeo, Sim3D, and our latest Castle and Cauldron. It's our latest sponsor. Keeps us going here with the expenses. Oh, we see Pornev going wide. Oh, he lost time there. Unfortunate. Shannon is P5. Thomas in P6. Jeremy. These guys are kind of a lonely race now. They have like 10 seconds ahead, or the car in front of them is 10 seconds ahead, and behind we have Miller. He's 7 seconds. Torrance looks like he's catching up with Miller, so maybe you see a little action there in a moment. 14 seconds behind Torrance, we have Joe Bukavak. And behind him, we have Eric Langlois. Ooh, Torrance happened here. Getting on the curb, that's okay. He oversteered. Yeah, it's easy. You get too hot in that corner. Oh, something happened with Miller. Oh, I couldn't catch that in the replay. Miller got into the wall, unfortunately. Chris tries to repair after going, repair his lap times. He went off. Did a better lap time than Derek in the last lap, so but that's good. Kornoff also went wide, but he's up to his regular pace. So he's coming up on Howard here. So this is a fight for P3. Let's get this in his cockpit, see how he's doing. Through spoon. Can hear him drag on the tires. Hiding the wheel. Looks like he's much stronger in that chicane. Half a second now, so he's really picked up. So he's worked himself up through the field from P11 after he had a little door-to-door action on the start. think it was Shannon. They went door to door in the start, and one of went off, and then he's been just digging deep and just advanced through the field. Pretty amazing. Oh, Howard went pretty fat on that corner. Almost lost it. Coming up to the hairpin. Howard takes the inside line, make sure he's covered. But one off is doing over and under, maybe. We'll see. Oh, he's just sitting just behind Howard. He's going to do an inside line. Coming up to Spoon, we'll see. That's where he did a successful pass previously. But this time, they're going to drag race down here. It'll be interesting as we come up to the chicane. Very even there. I think Howard has a little bit better pace out of that chicane. Oh, Howard got on the curb. That gives Pornoff the opportunity to pass him on the inside, perhaps. Almost door to door, coming through the S's. Great racing here. Pornoff had the inside on that corner, but Howard had the inside on the next. Oh, great driving by Howard. See if he can close down the corner here. Yes, he can, but Pornoff get the great run out of there. Oh yeah, Howard surrender, but Pornoff is going wide. Howard comes back on him. Wasn't able to capitalize on Pornoff going wide there. What a great fight. Coming into the hairpin. Great fight between these two guys. No contact at all, I believe. Behind them we have Shannon peeking out around the corner, but he's 6 seconds behind Howard. This is really about this is good racing. Yeah, Pornoff in P3. Great driving. Oh, Howard goes way wide. So Pornoff had been driving through the whole field. Now sits in P3, so pretty remarkable drive. Chris Bourne is slowly catching Derek. He has 12 minutes to do it. I do not think that Pornoff will be able to get in 25 seconds here in the last 12 minutes. So he has just to kind of consolidate here and protect himself from Howard. No mistakes. Chris and Derek are lapping really equally. Let's look down the field. We have there Langlois. I think he has a damage on his car. Let's look at that. Yeah, looks a little bit beat up. And we have Joe, he looks very fresh. Oh, he missed the braking point there completely. What happened here? I missed the braking point. Mr. Miller, he has a damage too. A couple of these guys that went off. Oh, Jeremy doesn't look good at all. He has his bonnet is picking out. But he's fighting it. Jeremy was P6 last race, so if you can do P7 here, you should probably be happy with that damage. Miller is 34 seconds behind him, so he should be safe. Coming up the field, P6, Thomas. The quiet race, he's just had his best lap, 2.70. Shannon, he has a little damage. So he had a lot of problems with traction when I've been looking at him. You heard me comment on that before. And Howard lost his position to Pornoff, and Pornoff is now in P3. No damage on him. No damage on Chris, who's 3 seconds behind. Now Derek. Follow him a little bit and see if we can see that he's gaining. Chris has still the fastest lap, just 0.003 of a second ahead of Derek's best lap. So here we see Derek in front of him. Derek is clocking pretty good times. His last was 2:49. 2:48 on Chris's last lap. They're very even at the moment. Looking at Chris Bourne trying to catch up. They are lapping very, very similar times. He is not really gaining anything right now, maybe a little bit. 8.5 left. This is the closest actually on track right now, so we'll just follow along and see if they can hold it together here in the very last minutes of the race. And the bird is doing a great job. I mean, if you clinch another P1 here, it's pretty amazing. I think the driver of the day kind of is Pornoff, who really climbed up from sitting in the last in the race for a while. So Eric is catching up with Joe. I see some action here. They are almost about to be lapped here. You see Derek Bird coming behind them. Oh, Eric is going wide, losing time there. Now going wide again. Probably the damage there is causing him some troubles. Keeping it on the track. Oh, Shannon. What happened here? Oh. I came in too hot. Didn't get any damage. It's maybe Thomas a chance to challenge him, but Thomas is 2.5 behind. Oh, Eric has not a good day back there. Fortunate. All right, Chris is really catching up now. Less than 5 minutes. This could be exciting. All right, so he caught up with Derek. So traffic ahead, that might impact them as well. Derek must have had an issue there. Here on lap 10. Well, I'm sorry, lap 17. Must have had an issue. So now he has traffic in front of him. All right, so yeah, it's a good yield right there. See if Chris can keep the momentum. It's gonna be a chase to the end. That turn is so tricky. If you go too much on that curve to the right, you might bounce out on the left. Very close there. Scrubbing the tires. See if we get the good exit. Derek got a little bit better exit. So after the race, we're gonna have interviews. So so make sure you stick around for that. Always a great race with these guys. So awesome to see Chris come back and looks to be in really good form. He's really pushing now. Chris hasn't raced the last 2 races, so he's hungry to get a good result here. Derek has won the last several races. Let's look back at Thomas. He's chasing Shannon now. Back to Chris. Less than 2 minutes. Very close. All right, Shannon passed. Let's look at that real quick. A little oversteer and a wiggle. Let's quickly go back to Chris and Derek. Lapping now in the 2:06. So yeah, we see a little wiggle there on Chris. Wonder if the tires are starting to cause them a little bit of problem. Quickly just jump back and forth here between Thomas and Shannon. Right, back here on Chris and Derek. Follow them into... there will be one more lap. Clock is not out yet. Oh, very close now. Ooh, here comes Chris on the inside. Little contact. Chris is pulling back. Okay, it's going to be run to the end. Very exciting. Don't forget to like the video, guys, if you haven't done that. Some great racing here as expected, with a kind of a final shootout here with Derek and Chris. Chris made a mistake and lost a lot of time, but he's been climbing up, and I think Derek also had an issue. And Chris was able to catch him. Another one that's very close here again. Thomas and Shannon. Oh, a little oversteer. Okay, back on Chris and Derek. The clock is out, so this would be the last chance for Derek to defend against Chris. Coming through Spoon. Oh, Chris came in hot. Managed to recover. He's not really reaching Derek. One of sits in P3. This will be the last chance for Chris. Good position by Derek. Oh, Derek goes into hot, and Chris is passing him. The last turn. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a move. He kept his cool. And there is Chris Bourne. He took it in the last turn. Unbelievable. Can we look at that? Well, no, I didn't go far enough back. So Pornoff in P3, Chris Bourne took P1 just before Derek. What a race. We're gonna have interviews. So in just a minute here, I'm gonna get on the interview screen. There we go. And also gonna get the podium graphic set up. Okay, and downloads. Podium. No. Oh, I'm trying to get down the podium here. Hold on one sec. Ooh, download. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's get the guys in. Submerge. And Derek.
The chicane.
All right. Hey guys, you're in the broadcast booth. What a race, huh?
Yeah, another good race.
quite a lot of excitement here. So Yeah, first mirror share in P3. So you were, I think you're the driver of the day because you had a little door-to-door action in the beginning, and then you just recovered and drove up through the whole field.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thanks.
I think that was amazing to follow. So is that what you expected when you went off on the? It was basically first turn there, first lap, and then you just had to dig down.
Yes, first turn, first lap. I don't know what happened. I had contact with someone, and I spun. Then I recovered, and it was impossible mission if other divers were not that good. Thanks to all of them.
Yeah,
it was clean passes, good fight with Terry Howard.
Yeah, it was great to see. And then obviously, Derek, you were running away, and I was kind of just thinking that, you're going to run away with this. But then I think around lap 16, 17 or something, did you have some problems? Because all of a sudden, it looked like Chris was catching you.
Yeah, no, I think tyres going on, I was really struggling. I could see my lap times dropping. I was over a second slower some laps. They just dropped all of a sudden. I couldn't do out about it. The tyres are gone. And then last couple of laps, I nearly lost it in the chicane. He just tapped me because I've got a bit out of shape. And then last time in the chicane, I just went too deep, couldn't stop the car.
And I actually see...
Yeah.
My graphics is incorrect there because I made it ahead of time, so I had to fix it. But so Chris, I'm glad to see you back on track, first of all. Chris, can you hear us?
His mic's muted.
Chris, can you hear us? Chris Bourne, calling Chris Bourne. Yeah, and while we
I can hear you now.
Ah, great. Yeah, I need to connect or correct the podium graphics because I did it before you actually passed Derek in the last turn.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, Derek.
So glad to see you back on track. Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, thanks. I got the stitches out on Wednesday. A little bit sore, but it's recovering. Not got my whole strength in it, but it's I'd say about 95% there now. It's getting there.
Yeah, I mean, you were really, 100% on track. So I was so excited to see you part of the race today, and you really put on a show that we expected between you and Derek. I think you had the fastest lap, but it was only 0.003 of a second ahead of Derek's fastest lap. So.
Well, during the practice session, I realised I was rubbish, so I changed the setup for quali, and then I changed it again for the race. I think I got 12 laps in yesterday, so I literally was on the fly tonight, and then I threw it away, and when the car put throttle down, the car went flying off to the left, so 4.8 behind Derek, and I had to do catch up again. But it was all about managing the tyres. They went off in about 15 to go, didn't they? They were just proper rubbish, weren't they?
Really
I was proper like rear-ending it in the corners, out of corners. It was a struggle.
Yeah, I was really struggling as well toward the end. Especially them last chicanes, last couple of laps.
Yeah, often when I followed you guys on the with the inside camera, I could hear the tires were scrubbing a lot when you came through Spoon. So this track is probably hard on the tires, especially for the Porsche, because the Porsche is so rear heavy. So.
Yeah, I had the same trouble last night in the GT4 with about 15 minutes left or so. The tyres had just gone again. Lap time just dropped right off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I could see myself nibbling about 2 temps every lap. I keep going 2 temps and I throw it away and I would come another 2 temps.
Yeah, it was great to see, guys. So appreciate it. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow on the track again. I guess GT3.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys. Congratulations to the podium.
All right, thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Bye, guys.
I'll speak to you in chat, Derek.
Bye.
Okay, so that was SUZUKA Porsche Cup. Chris Bourne passed Derek that did a mistake in the very last turn, and Pornoff worked up the field which I think is the driver of the day. So congratulations to the podium, and we'll see you at the doubleheader tomorrow, starting 11:30 a.m. U.S. Central Time, and then the second split, Group 1, is 1:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So hope to see you then. Thank you.